Hello, it's a random Friday ESC Fan TV special. It's 2:15 UK time, 3:15 Central European time, and 6:15 in Georgia. And they've just dropped it on us to go, got an hour, go and have a shower quick. And it's like, no, I haven't got time for that. So Georgia, they participated 16 times in the Eurovision Song Contest. Their best result in 2010 and 2011 when they came ninth. So this is Miriam Shengelia, we'll go with, and Freedom. So we've all just heard it. If you'd like to let us know in the comments what you thought of it, we'd love to hear. We say hello to Elliot. Hi, Elliot.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I've just finished with something quite stressful this morning. Right, I'll get on with the rest of my day. And then I thought of that and I'm like, why? At least we need time to plan for this in the future delegations. We like a structure. Don't just drop it on us.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'd just done aerobics and it was like, oh, really? And hello, Mick. Mick had just been swimming.
I have, yes. I'm doing the swimathon for Marie Curie.
Oh,
10K,
well done.
10K during March.
Oh, well done, Mick.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Mick. So that was it. Georgia has finally dropped their song. There's only one more after this to go, and that's it. We have the full Eurovision 2025. So let's go with someone that probably isn't a fan of this first. Let's go with Elliot.
Oh, you know me well, don't you? Yeah, this wasn't worth the payoff of 6 months of complete radio silence for me. I mean, looks stunning. I normally love a woman in a big, ball gown dress normally. Started off very traditional and the presentation is very traditional. However, my main gripe was it kept sounding like it was going to go somewhere and it never did. Like she's going up like in the ballad and I thought it was still gonna go. And then, yeah, for me, it's lacking something. Like she sounds good, don't get me wrong. She's not a bad singer. It just feels like it's something is slightly lacking for me personally. Or maybe I'm just like stuck in a Eurovision loop of key changes and big notes. I don't know. But for me, I was anticipating more.
I was going to say, did you want a key change there, Elliot?
No, I normally hate a key change, but I just like a bit of drama. And I felt like we got a nice bit of drama, but not enough drama. Maybe all the drama was in the skirt or the dress. I don't know, because that was a very dramatic ball gown she had on.
I'm not convinced that Elliot was listening to the same song that we were, to be fair. Phil, what did you think?
Well, I think maybe the thing that Elliot was seeing was that it didn't build at all. It was straight in there, full belt. There wasn't like quietly, starts.
She said the first word was very deliberate and very quiet.
Yeah.
And then it had a frantic backing track quick, and then she was straight in there, and I like that.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I don't want 30 seconds intro.
I did like that. It was. I mean, she belted it out. And it's interesting to see a video that's actually obviously filmed on a stage. So I don't know if that's giving us some idea of what we're going to see with the acrobatic soldiers or whatever they were. Ninjas, maybe.
I don't think we get many ninjas in Georgia, Phil, to be fair.
But yeah, it was very dramatic, powerful. And I mean, this is not the normal sort of thing that I like, but I thought it was good and she's got a fantastic voice. The weird thing was it just stopped at the end.
It built and built and built,
yeah.
and then stopped, which I quite liked. I think me and Mick are on the same sort of page here. I thought her voice was breathtaking, and I love the tone of her voice as well. It's not the normal sort of. It's not because it's not a ballad sort of thing, but do you know what I mean? The lady's voice that you normally get doing something like this. I think she had a beautiful tone to it. And the deliberate first word, I don't know what the first word was, but it was a very slow, deliberate word. Then the backing track kicked in that was really sort of frantic and sort of panicky. And then she started singing, and it was just wonderful. It built and built. Then she stopped for the chorus, which had all the theatrics of all the orchestra and everything were in there. And then she carried on, and it built and it built and it built. And then you're right, and it did just stop. And I thought that was the most dramatic part of it, was like, oh, and you could sort of take a breath then that she was at the end of it. But it had the orchestra as well. And I think it sounded old. It sort of sounded old school. They had like a little trip hoppy bit with it. And it was like it was a classic, dramatic, old school song, but then it was also modern at the same time. And I thought she looked stunning. That dress was beautiful. And if she can sing it like she does, I'm not a fan of somebody just stood, not moving. But I think with the way that the camera moved around and with the backing dancers, and you can imagine the big screen with hundreds of those men on all doing the same thing. I've got goosebumps saying that then. I think this is going to stand out an absolute mile. I think it's fantastic. Mick.
Oh, yeah, right up my street. Love a good ballad. Singing in Georgian as well. So it's, the Georgian language. So that's absolutely brilliant. The title, Freedom, obviously reflecting things that might be happening in the country over there. I just agree with you, Michelle. The song was emotional and she sung it with such power, but not overdoing it, which is normally with I don't want to say a screechy singer, but normally they go a bit too high. This one just punched you in the gut, and this is it. And if she delivers that live, hopefully with those traditional dancers in the background, or even in a video screen, I think amongst all the fun and fun songs, this as a ballad, straight down the line, singing it, I think it could stand out, and hopefully will Georgia get in the final. For God's sake, Georgia, don't put her on a plinth.
Do not put her in a plinth. Do not dangle her from the sky. Do not put a moon behind her. And do not put her in a green bloody leotard.
No. The only microphone we want to see is the one that she's singing into, not riding on.
Yeah. Oh, with flames coming out of her bum.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree, mate.
I do think going back into the staging, I think that was almost like a not so subtle hint of what will be going on stage, because it was a LED screen with a stage. Like, they put time and money into this announcement. Like, they didn't just half-ass it. It's like, here's a full LED like stage for you. So I won't be surprised if this is our stage. Because Freedom, she's in red. It's the Georgian color. It's all very symbolic in a sense. As she looks fantastic. Yeah, I don't think she needs a plinth for anything, and she probably will just stand there actually. And I agree with Michelle. The bit I did like is the fact when you do have a big bit and it does sort of just stop. I do like that in music, but yeah, I think there's a lot there. That's right, but I think she will be the focus because she is stunning as well. Like, she could wear a bin bag and to be honest, look fantastic, or a green leotard. Whatever she fancies.
Please, no more green leotards. If I never see a green leotard again, it'll be too soon. So should we have a look at the comments? I'm going to argue with the people on the internet now. So we'll go to Lee first.
Oh, this should be good.
I think it really did build. Mick agrees with me as well.
Yeah. I thought it built very quickly though, because she was at like 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Pretty soon into the first verse.
Yeah, but then it slowed down again at the chorus, and then it built again from that. That's your classic sing and build. So we don't have a half-naked bloke that's riding around in leather. I'm not surprised that you were bored for 3 minutes, because it's not your usual watching material. But never mind, you can't have everything. And Lee, what did Lee put? Yes, I can, Lee, because this isn't up my straws in any way, shape, or form. But from the initial, this is why I quite like doing these initial listening videos. I thought it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's done something to me that I quite like. Yeah, I feel it. It's good. It's good.
I think as well. I think it will get enough votes because there aren't that many songs like this in the competition.
Should we have a look at semi 2?
Oh, yeah.
So in semi 2, you've got Armenia, Australia, Austria, Greece, Ireland, Latvia, Lithuania, Montenegro, Czechia, Luxembourg, Denmark, Finland, Georgia, Israel, Malta, and Serbia. And Georgia is in the second half of this. So, Elliot, in a sea of mentalness, do you not think that this might stand out a little bit?
I think it can. However, I think in its own camp of what it's against, it's in a very strong category because like the big ballads in this semi-final are very good. I mean, Greece, I can see doing very, very well. Nina Zizic, if she hits right, could do very well. I still think she's another one that's bordering. So yes, there's a lot of camp, but there are 4 big female ballads in this semi-final, and there's not going to be room for all 4 of them. I think 2 will go through and 2 will get left behind. So, and I think it's hard to say, to be honest. I think Greece is safe, and the other 3 I'm not sure on in that camp. So I think she's got to make sure what can Miriam do to stand out against, say, Greece, one second, because they are the ones that people are going to look forward to amidst the crazy. So then you've got to stand out in that calm. So I'm not convinced, to be honest. I'm really not, sadly. I wish I was, but this semi-final is difficult. It's hard to pick 10 from the 16 now. Now we've got all 16. It's hard to call it. I'm going to be wrong in a few weeks. I know I am.
Well, good.
I'm just going to miss it now.
Well, that's it. Until when we do the autopsy review of Light On, we were so wrong. It was ridiculous. So, Mick, in this semi-final, how do you think Georgia will do?
I kind of agree with Elliot, because I'd forgotten that there was other female ballads in that semi-final. And he's right. They're all very good. I still think that they could just creep in, because it's a televote, and probably, as I said, the votes between them might get split. But I'm hoping that they would get enough televotes to then just creep in, because I think this is this would be a jury favourite if it got to the final. Yeah, I'm trying to think with all the other some of the fun ones are not going to go through. So
well, we've got fun ones. We've got Finland,
yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Ireland in that category because it's a dead dog flying around in space.
Yeah.
Malta, with controversial sort of, Malta. Is that? I can't remember who's done what now. But I think that's about it.
I don't know, class Luxembourg is a fun one. I think Luxembourg could struggle in that.
It's not a fun one. No.
It's an upbeat song, isn't it?
It's Luxembourg's very niche, especially in the presentation of it, or with the doll and everything, how she's moving. But hopefully they get rid of that, because that didn't land for me. So, but you said that's now another one that's gonna struggle.
Nobody likes creepy dolls.
I think it'll be between Georgia and Latvia for 10th, to be honest. Now I'm really looking at it. I think it's between those 2, Georgia and Latvia.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think maybe, though, that... Well, no, I don't suppose it really matters. You see, the trouble is, it is a jury song. And with it being 100% public vote, I'm a bit worried now. I'm worried that a class song might go home. And so's Mick. Can see it in Mick's face. So, do we think... Should we go thumbs up, thumbs down? Do you think Georgia is going to qualify? Oh, I don't know now. Yeah, I'm going
to say yes, but only just.
Yeah, only just counts, Phil.
Yeah, okay.
Right, yeah. So when it gets through to the final, they just said it's going to get through. Elliot doesn't have to answer this because he says it's not going through. Mick, left-hand side, do you think?
Yeah, possibly. Just, yes. Yeah, it's going to be in that middle section, I think. But yeah, it just might creep over to the other side, I think. Yeah.
Creep over to the other side. Oh,
yes.
You see, I think the Daft is going to cancel each other out. There's going to be too many sort of Daft songs, and everyone, you're not going to vote for all of them. And even if you do vote for all of them, then that cancels them all out. Anyway, nobody's gaining anything. I think this might be a sneaky top 15 for me. Elliot, if it did go through, where do you think it could finish?
If it did go through, I agree. Like, it would be like 12th to 15th, because a good example of this is Alika from Estonia. She qualified in 10th in the only televote semi-final, and then she was 6th in the final with the juries. And I always said if she got through, she'd be fine. But it's if she would get through that semi-final, because it's not a televote song, it's a jury song, Bridges was, and that got proven. So I do think if she does make the final, this will do very well. You know, in the jury, people will respect her voice and the class in the song. But that said, again, you're going against Greece. Luann's a very strong singer. You've got Italy's ballad, although it's a bit weird presentation-wise, you know. And again, the camp she's against are very strong, and you're not going to vote for them all. Or even if you put, say, the 5 ballads in the top, there's a big difference between 12 points and 7. That is a big gap. So I think ultimately she'll be looking at around bottom of the left-hand side, maybe top of the right-hand side of scoreboard issues to make it, which would still be their best result since 2016. So I think they should be very happy with that. But yeah, it's getting through that Thursday night, and I think her running order will be a massive part in that, a huge element.
Yeah. You don't want to be following Finland.
But
that's it. Yeah,
they could go say Malta, Georgia, Finland, and then you either stand out or you get completely outshadowed. It's like it's really difficult.
That's it. So we're going to go wild predictions. I'm going 14th. Phil's going
16th.
Mick's going.
You're mute, mate.
Mick's going mute.
11th.
Ooh. And Elliot's going
12th in the semi-final, but if it qualifies, 16th.
Okay, well there you have it. You heard it here first. They are our wild predictions for Georgia. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to ding a dong our bell. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Mastodon, TikTok. I'm going with it. That'll do. Yeah. Facebook, Twitter,
anywhere and everywhere.
Anywhere and everywhere. We will be back tomorrow night. It is Saturday tomorrow, yeah. Yes, it is Saturday tomorrow. Yeah. I had a sheer panic of like, what day is it? At roughly, it's probably going to be about 9 o'clock UK time, 10 p.m. Central European time, when France hopefully will reveal their artist at the half time of the. Did we decide it was 5 nations or 6? I can't remember. At the rugby of whatever.
Rugby.
Yeah,
6 nations.
The rugby, yeah, is it 6 nations? Of the rugby game tomorrow. So we will be back again then. So it just time for me to say goodbye to our panel. Thank you very much, Elliot.
Thank you very much. And, you know, as we always say, best of luck, Georgia. We'll see what happens.
And thank you very much, Mick.
Thanks, everybody. Yes, fingers crossed for Georgia. It's time that we're in the final again, and with a lovely song. So, yeah, this is what we want, a good ballad.
And it's thanks to Phil for only working half days on a Friday from home so that he could press the buttons and set the show up and spell everything correctly, like the other day when I had to do it. So join us tomorrow. But until then, it's bye.
Bye.